You can't draft the running back in the top 10 of the draft unless it's somebody on the caliber of Ashton Jeanty. Last year, he led all of college football in missed tackles, forcing 151 of them. He was averaging 7 yards per carry, and he had the second greatest season that we've ever seen out of a running back since Barry Sanders when he won the Heisman Trophy at Oklahoma State. In a weak draft class like this one, you can't be nitpicky about positional value. Ideally, in a good draft, you don't want to take a running back high, such as, within the first 7 picks. But Ashton Jeanty is the outlier for that. With there only being about 5-7 blue chip players in this draft class, passing on Ashton Jeanty is a big mistake because you're looking at a guy in Ashton Jeanty that has a gold jacket awaiting him when his career is all said and done in Canton, Ohio. He has everything that you look for in the elite running back: elite vision, patience, a rare blend of power, elusiveness, and speed. He has the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield at a high level. He also can line up wide and play a little bit of receiver for you. All of the intangibles that you look for in the elite back, Ashton Jeanty possesses. And a lot of the things that he did in college, despite the level of competition he was going up against, that's often used against Ashton Jeanty. He played in the Mountain West against JV schools. Trent Richardson and Eddie Lacy came from the SEC from Alabama, and they were quickly out of the league within a span of 3-4 years. It doesn't matter the level of competition that you played. Ashton Jeanty has a lot of things that he did in college that translates well in the NFL. Normally, when you have a running back that forces 151 missed tackles, that carries over into the league. If you're breaking tackles in college football, you're going to break tackles in the NFL. Despite him being 5'9", 211, 215 pounds, the dude's built like a freaking freight train. And against Oregon, he had 192 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns. He was averaging damn near 8 yards per carry. Against Penn State, in that playoff game, he converted a 3rd and 21. Just because Ashton Jeanty went against inferior competition doesn't mean that once he gets to the NFL, he's going to end up regressing. He is an all-time talent, and you can't always evaluate talent based off the level of competition. Josh Allen played at Wyoming in the Mountain West Conference. Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield played in the Big 12. You can't scout players based off colleges and based off conferences. You have to separate that and just evaluate the player for the skill set. And if playing in the Mountain West was so easy for running backs to dominate, why haven't any other running backs in this conference had anywhere as good as a season as what we've just seen out of Ashton Jeanty? Ashton Jeanty is worth being a top 7 pick for any team that's looking to add a weapon on their offense. Ashton Jeanty isn't just a running back. He's a weapon. You can utilize him in so many different ways. He's a home run threat waiting to happen. If the Raiders have the opportunity to draft Ashton Jeanty, they have to pull the trigger. What are some weapons on the Raiders offense that you can name without using Google? And don't say Brock Bowers. We already know about Brock Bowers. Name me 2 other weapons that Geno Smith has on that offense other than Brock Bowers. You can't name them outside of Jacoby Myers. That might be it. Ashton Jeanty would be another all-pro player that the Raiders could add to this offense. And when Geno Smith was at his best, when he was playing with the Seattle Seahawks, is when he had a legitimate rushing attack. With the patience and elite vision that Ashton Jeanty possesses, he doesn't need to have the greatest offensive line to make an instant impact. Saquon Barkley was arguably the best running back in the league for all the years he was with the New York Giants, despite always having below average offensive line play. when you have the kind of patience and vision that Ashton Jeanty does, he can just find holes that the average running back can't find. No diddy. By the end of Ashton Jeanty's career, he's going to end up being a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he's going to have a first-class ticket to Canton, Ohio. That's the kind of talent that Ashton Jeanty is. He's one of the best running back prospects in the history of the NFL draft. When you are evaluating running backs that are possibly going to be drafted this high, you're looking for elite acceleration. You're looking for explosiveness. You're looking for somebody that's well built. Ashton Jeanty is in the same tier as what Saquon, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Bijan Robinson were. And if your argument against drafting Ashton Jeanty in the top 7 is, well, you can't draft running backs that high, this draft class is considered to be one of the weakest since 2012, 2013. And if that holds to be true, you have a handful of players that are going to result in becoming elite players if you pick them that high. So if you draft Ashton Jeanty, who to me is the second best player in this draft class, you're getting somebody that at least for the next 4 to 5 years is going to be an all-pro level player, a better in your offense. Why do I feel this confidently about Ashton Jeanty? Because a lot of the things that he did at Boise State translates well to success at the next level. And I'm not a general manager, I'm not a scout, but it's not hard to recognize a great talent when you see one. When LaDainian Tomlinson came out of TCU, they weren't in a big-time conference. Running backs, you can find them anywhere. It doesn't matter the conference they play in, the school they played in. Talent is talent. And Ashton Jeanty has the skill set of what you look for in what we call a generational RB. The patience, the vision, the home run ability, what he brings to the table in the passing game. Ashton Jeanty, to me, has a gold jacket waiting for him in Canton, Ohio when he retires from the league. That's how good I feel he's going to be, and that's why he, without a doubt, is worth a top 5, top 7 pick in this year's draft.